Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I'm here today to share with you my Hummingbird Journal No.2. This was a special request for a Mother's Day gift, and before I'm all done, so and I'm ready to wrap up the gift for the person who purchased it from me, I just wanted to make my video flip through it and share it with you. So this journal is 9 by 6. It's done with a Amazon packaging. It's a soft cover, fabric on top and inside the cover. Two signatures of 20 pages each, so 160 pages front and back. Most of the papers that I've used in here are from Luise Heinzl's Hummingbird Dinner, and I've used a lot of her background papers as well. As we go along, I'll tell you which papers I've used and who they're from. So let's get to it. The closures are sari silk, and the color of the sari silk was perfect to go with this cover. And the fabric here, I used it because it was all branches. I really liked it. And the inside fabric, I frayed it and I left it as is. It's different, and I really like it. So here we go. I downloaded a few photos from internet, which I sized to fit the journal. This is a beautiful legend. I just backed it with different papers. I stitched my crazy stitching all around it, and I used two brads that I had in my stash for a long time. They've got beautiful flowers on them, so I thought it was appropriate for this journal. And I made this journal very simple since it's going to be mostly a writing journal, so not too many easy to write. So this is a vellum page from the kit. This is an antique paper from someone. I can't remember where I got it from. I also typed a few quotes and I printed them and I sprayed them with coffee. This paper here is the polka dots are from Vectoria Designs, and it's her polka dot paper collection. This is from Luise Heinzl's Eco Dyed papers. This is a parchment paper that I used. I did some stitching on some of the pages and I used a bit of lace on some of the pages. Also stamped and embossed on a few pages as well. This is the beautiful blue hummingbirds. I love them. And here in BC, our hummingbirds are back. I saw my first one 2 days ago. So it was, I was working on the hummingbirds and they're back. So it was appropriate to see them. This is from Michele Sharpe, the sketches from Michele Sharpe at the Creative Cove. And these are her feathers, and I thought it was appropriate to go with the journal. And these are little journaling cards, and I backed them with her background papers, so easy to write on the back as well. I just made a little pocket here. This is a Digi stamp that I have, and I print my coffee paper with the stamp. Another little feather here from Michele. This is a die cut that I had in my stash, and it was blue, so I thought it was perfect coloring to go with the page. Here is Luise Heinzl's background too. There's another of her backgrounds. Beautiful pinks. This is a coffee dyed stencil paper. Another image that I downloaded from the internet. This coffee dyed paper is from Triple V Vintage. I bought two sets. I bought the botanical and this one I can't remember what it is. But look at the beauty, and I wouldn't have the patience to do this, so it was well worth buying these papers. They're heavy, I don't know if it's cardstock, but heavy paper, so really sturdy. And this is Michele Sharpe's from the Creative Cove. These are birdhouses. I colored these. I didn't do the coloring on all of them, but this one I did. Another image that I downloaded And I put a bit of cheesecloth in the back, did some crazy stitching around the image. This is a paper ruffle. Well, not really a ruffle, I forget how we call these. Uh, Repeated the cheesecloth here, used a stamp, a punch to punch this one out, and did some crazy stitching all around it, just, you know, for texture. Another coffee dyed stencil paper, which is glued to my page. This is my own design. I've started working on Procreate, actually following Michele Sharpe at the Creative Cove. She has a tutorial on how to do or how to use Procreate. I mean, it's not easy and you have to have a lot of patience. So I've been doing a lot of my my papers. I've done a few for a project that I'm thinking of making pretty soon. So I really enjoyed making these papers. This is a glassine bag, and I covered it with a cotton paper, which I embossed, and I inked with the same coloring to go and match this coloring here. I still have to make a tag to go in the glassine bag. This is the back of the glassine bag. This is another Digi stamp. Excuse me. Luise Heinzl's Eco Dyed Papers. This is mulberry paper. Another image that I took from internet, and this is more sturdy now, so if she wants to, she can, you know, doodle or write on this. Another page. I did here a fabric ruffle. I backed it with some pattern paper. I made a pattern paper ruffle. I used a strip of fabric that I had on my table, made a ruffle, added some thread, and I sewed in the middle. I didn't sew on the page, I glued it on the page. This here, I took it out so I can show you, is the middle of the signature, and I made a large pocket so she can, you know, add whatever she wants in here. I did Tim Holtz flower stamp, and I embossed it. Here I went to get another paper. I did some fussy cutting to continue the continuation of the paper. This is parchment paper, and it's like a peachy color, and it's really, really, really beautiful. Here I made a altered paper clip, and it has a little tag, and I've got some writing paper in here, little private notes with a little pocket, and again, if you can see, I matched the continuation of the flower here. So this is all going in here, and she can, you know, tie her it goes in the back here, it's easier this way. There we go. And in the back here, we have a little journal card. Did the same process for this page, another stamp and embossing as well. Another little quote. The back of the mulberry paper. Here we have a beautiful dragonfly, a butterfly, and a bee. This was from the kit. I just did some crazy stitching around the circle just to add a little bit of texture. More scrap paper that I had on my table. This is another birdhouse from Michele Sharpe. This is the back of the glassine bag. I just folded it a little bit so it could go inside when I sewed it. I didn't want to fold it in half like we usually do. This one I wanted my glassine bag to stand up. This is the other side of my design paper. More stenciling, coffee dyed paper, beautiful hummingbirds. Another Digi stamp. This is the back of the coffee dyed paper. Another ephemera from the kit that I just glued on here, make a little bit of texture. Like I said, a lot of space to write. You know, she wanted a writing journal, so that's what I did. And when she's writing, she'll have beautiful images as she goes along. So another little birdhouse. Aren't they beautiful? Another stamp which I embossed. Another page I added lace and added a little charm here, which is a birdhouse. Another stamp which is embossed. More eco-dyed papers. Just the 2 circle punch here, just to add a little something. And this is the end of the first signature. Beginning of second signature. Again, the antique paper. Another of Michele Sharpe's feathers. Did a little tuck spot here, added a feather. It's not staying in. I think I'm gonna have to put a little clip here to hold it on. Here we're in the pinks, so I did some stenciling, added a lace border, more stenciling here, more blues, more stenciling paper, another one of Michele's feathers with a little stencil here. This envelope here I made watching Barbara at 49 Dragonflies. It's a bubble, it's bubbles. You take your coffee, you put some dish soap in there, and you take a straw and you make bubbles. And when you have bubbles are all on top, you take your papers and it makes this kind of texture. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. So I made a lot of envelopes and I've got some papers as well. So I'll be doing this technique again when I'm out of paper. Here I stamped and embossed as well. Another little birdhouse that I use pencil colored on it, and I used the blue to match the blue of the page here. Had a little feather and 2 little tags. I just wanted to show the lady that you know, she can add things in her journal if she wants to. Another mulberry paper, another stamp on the coffee dyed paper. On this page here I used a doily. I really love, I fell in love with this paper collection, and I had bought it before I made my other Hummingbird journal. So this time when I was asked to make another Hummingbird journal, I decided to use this collection. This is one of my stamps. Here I used a very old music sheet. It's from Schumann. It's the Second Symphony. He wrote his symphonies in 1841, and when I bought the music book, it was printed in 1952. So you can imagine the paper is very frail. So I had to put some washi tape here, and I put some fabric in the bottom, made a little pocket, but I didn't add anything. Added washi tape here to make it more sturdy. If the lady wants to add things, she can if she wants to. Another little birdhouse, which is backed and sewn all around. More stenciling. Another vellum page. This is a beautiful image also that I downloaded from Pinterest, I think this one. I sprayed it with inks to match the background here. Added fabric in the back, a paper, and I did all my sewing around it and some lace on the side. Oh, and I saw Luise Heinzl do this in her journal, and I thought it was a great idea. So I did it. Can you believe this is my number 30 journal that I've made? And I will be doing this from now on. So this is another stamp that I printed on my coffee dyed paper. This is also Luisa's background papers. Coffee dyed paper here. Just more quotes. This is the middle of the signature. So another large pocket in here. Another one of Michele's feathers. I mean, I find them beautiful. Did some stenciling in the blue to match this page. Made another little tuck in here with more feathers, and made this also easy to flip over like this as well. More birdhouses, more of Luise's papers, a little bit of stenciling here. In the gray, I used my new Lost Shadow. Another charm here, which is a key to her journal. I made a bookmark so she can, you know, use it in her book wherever she is, and I added some sari on top so she knows exactly where her bookmark is. The back of the vellum page. Here is a coffee dyed paper which is sewn in. Did a background here with papers I had left over on my table. Added a piece of fabric, use an ephemera, so I did some stitching around it. This is all stitched around, and I had a die cut from left over from my other journal, so I used it here. And in this pocket I used another little card, and I also made another little booklet from all the papers that I had left over on my table. She has a pocket here, and she has a pocket here. She can use this when she goes on her walks. If she wants to, she can, you know, take it on in her backpack, and she can write in it. Easy. And this is also the that's the other the botanical coffee dyed paper that I bought from Triple V Vintage. So she has a lot of room to write. This hummingbird I had done for the other journal, and the coloring didn't go, and it didn't go really with this one either. But this page is neutral, and I thought it went well. I fussy cut the bird, and I used my watercolors to watercolor it. I thought it was, you know, appropriate to put in this journal. This is the back of Schumann's Symphony. Another little pocket here. This is another hidden paper clip. I made also a pocket in this one, and more coffee dyed papers that she can, you know, take notes in, or a little hidden message for herself. More stamping here. The back of the doily, coffee dyed paper, the mulberry, the back of the envelope with another little birdhouse, two more tickets, two more tags. And some pages I ripped. Everything here has been coffee dyed. All the pages have been not coffee dyed, but inked. I've been using gathered twigs for this journal, and I like it a lot better than vintage photo for some reason. It went well with this journal. So like I said, some pages are torn, some pages are straight, and all kinds of little details. The back of the stencil paper, beautiful colors. Oh, I downloaded the nest egg. I don't know if these are hummingbird eggs, but anyway, I took them because it matched the blue of the back of the paper here. I used my friend's dye to make the nest, and I have a lot of feathers, which I used, and I just put a little bit of thread here for, you know, more texture. I should have used, and I did, yeah, some twine here. So I didn't want it to be too thick, so that's why I used the thread. So a little bit of a surprise on this page. Another stamp, a little pocket with a feather. Another beautiful, beautiful little birdhouse. Oh, Michele sketches are fantastic. I bought a few of her botanical flowers are beautiful. Go check her out. Go check her site. It's really, really beautiful. It's the Creative Cove. a beautiful quote from Leonard Cohen, which is really, really, really nice. It says, "I always love those little creatures, hummingbirds. Always feel blessed when they appear nearby. There's a magical quality to them. I finally put one in a song." This is the flower that I used for the fussy cutting. And this is the end of the second signature. Here I made a pocket. I used 3 different papers. I did some crazy stitching, fussy cut a flower, a butterfly. I just noticed I have to make my antennas. Leftover paper that I had, just made a little journaling card, and this is the letter that always accompanies my journal. So that's it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed it, and I don't think I'll be making another project soon, because I have my sister who will be visiting from Montreal, so we'll be busy doing all kinds of things. So I'll see you next time. Keep well, and I hope you enjoy this video. And thank you for all my new subscribers. I really, really appreciate your subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Keep well. See you next time.